Hello everybody, my name is Yogesh and we are doing chapter number 3 linear regression of standard 12th statistics Gujarat board. So far we have done many topics of this chapter and almost we have finished more than 50% of the chapter. As I told you, this chapter contains 12 marks. What we have finished till now is we have done the formula of y cap. Yes, you remember the formula. What was the formula? Formula of y cap was a plus b into x. Then we have done an formula of error. Then we have done an formula of n sigma uv minus sigma u sigma v, in which we have given an effect of cy upon cx. Yes. See, whatever I am telling you that we have done this topic, if you remember that topic quite well, that means you are studying sincerely. If you don't remember what I am saying, or if you don't know what I am saying, then you need to work hard. Then we have lastly, in the last two lectures, we have done the formula for short sums. Okay, we have done 2 and 3 marks sums. Today we have a topic called coefficient of determination. Okay, you can see on the screen, it's coefficient of determination. Okay, now what this coefficient of determination mean? Coefficient of determination means r square. What is this coefficient of determination means? It is r square. Okay, now there are many terms which have a word in common, coefficient. So sometimes what happens is that student confuses. Okay, what happens? Student get confused. They see in the paper coefficient correlation, they see in the paper coefficient of determination, they sometimes see in the paper regression coefficient, then they get confused because everything is coefficient. So I have made a bit small analysis that what are the terms of coefficient. Okay, if you see in the question that there is a correlation coefficient, okay, then you should learn that coefficient of correlation is r. What is coefficient of correlation? It is r, and basically we have done this in chapter number 2. Okay, we have done full topic in chapter number 2. Yes. Then regression coefficient. Now what is this regression coefficient? This regression coefficient is b. Okay, what is this regression coefficient? It is b. Okay, sir, what is b? You have done formula y cap is equal to a plus bx. So b is from that formula. Okay, y cap is equal to a plus bx. B is of that formula. Okay, then today our topic is coefficient of determination, that is r square. Okay, today our topic is coefficient of determination, that is r square. So now I would like to tell you that what is r square. It is exactly the square of this r. It is exactly the square of this r. Now this r you know how to find it. Okay, we have done completed full chapter number 2, and it is in my YouTube channel also. Full chapter number 2 is there. Say for example your r is 0.6. Okay, say for example your r is 0.6. Then what should be the r square? Then that r square should be 0.36. Okay, exactly the square of 0.6. Exactly the square of 0.6. Okay, you got my point. If r is 0.6, r square is 0.36. So nothing new. Okay, you don't have to learn in new formula also. Just find r with your own method. We have done full chapter number 2. Just find r with your own method and make square of that r. Okay, say for example if that r is 0.5, then what you have to do, then you have to make a square of that 0.5. It should be 0.25. Yes, it should be 0.25. Now if you remember the value of r, I am talking about r, that means chapter number 2. Value of r was between -1 to +1. Okay, now this topic is our r square. This topic which we are doing, coefficient of determination, is r square. What should be r square? If r is -1 to 1, then what should be r square? R square will be between 0 to 1. Why so, sir? Because it is square of r. If r is in negative, then square of negative will be positive. You got my point? Square of negative will be positive. So r square couldn't be negative in any situation. R square could not be negative in any situation. Done. So your r square will always be between 0 to 1. Okay, so we have written here value of r square is always between 0 to 1. Okay, so this was a bit introduction. Let's see, we have started a topic, coefficient of determination. It is denoted by r square. I have told you that the word coefficient contains many things. Correlation coefficient means r, regression coefficient means b, and coefficient of determination means r square. Let's elaborate it. Sometimes in question it is asked, check the validity of linear assumption of regression. Okay, it is asked, check the validity of linear assumption of regression. If there is a sentence like this in question, okay, if there is a sentence like this in the question, then first of all, one thing you have to remember, that if you get this kind of question, then whether it is mentioned or not, whether it is mentioned or not, you have to find r square. Okay, you have to find r square whether it is mentioned or not. Okay, whether it is separately mentioned or not. I mean to say, it is not necessary they will ask you directly find coefficient of determination. They will change the question and they will ask you like this, check the validity of linear assumption of regression. So you have to remember, if I want to check the validity of assumption of regression, then I have to find the r square. Now we have decided that r square should be between 0 to 1. Okay, just now we have stated a point that r square should be between 0 to 1. Okay, so now if your r square is near to 0, okay, say for example you got r is equal to 0.2, say for example you got r 0.2, okay, then your assumption is not valid. What? Your assumption is not valid. Okay, if your r square is near to 0, then your assumption is not valid. Say for example you got r is equal to 0.2, your assumption is not valid. Say for example you got r is equal to 0.1, your assumption is not valid. If your answer of r square is, say for example 0.8 or 0.9, then your assumption is valid. Okay, so take your book and write like this. Okay, first give the heading, r square validity of linearity regression, assumption of regression. Then write like this, if your r square is 0 to 1, it is not valid. If r square is near to 1, then it is valid. Then there is another way to ask this question. Okay, another way. What this way is, reliability of regression model. Okay, they ask you like this, check the reliability. Okay, you have to check the reliability. If your r square, if the value of r square is near to 0, then your regression model is not reliable. Okay, it is not reliable. And if your r square is near to 1, then it is reliable. Okay, so if your r square is near to 0, not reliable. If your r square is near to 1, it is reliable. If your r square is near to 0, not valid. If your r square is near to 1, valid. Okay, now what is near to 0 and what is near to 1? It is practically understood that 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, everything is near to 0, and 0.7, 0.6, 0.8, 0.9, everything is related to everything is near to 1. Now some of the students get question in their mind that, sir, what if answer is 0.5? Okay, so I promise you there won't be any situation where you get answer exact 0.5, because we don't have a solution. Even textbook have not mentioned that what you will do in case your r square is 0.5. They have stated that your r square should be near to 0 and near to 1. Okay, so you will not get any kind of answer yes, but if you get answer 0.59, then obviously it is near to 1, because it is on the upward trend. Yes, so you should start the next question. Okay, so we are doing illustration number 13. The following table shows the experience of technicians employed at various companies and their monthly in 1000 rupees salary. Experience 12 at 16, 25 14 10, monthly salary 22 15, 25 30, 12 24 20. Calculate the coefficient of determination and check the validity of linearity assumption of regression between the experience and salary. So as I told you that it is check the validity of linearity assumptions. Okay, so you remember check the validity of linearity assumption. I told you that you have to find r square. If your answer of r square is near to 0, then your assumption is not valid. If your value of r square is near to 1, then your assumption is valid. Okay, so let's start. How I have to find the r square? I have to find everything which I used to find in r, that is correlation. So you can see x and y is given. First of all, what we will do, we will find xy. How we will find xy? 12 into 22, 264, 8 into 15, 120, 16 into 25, 400, 30 into 20, 600, 5 into 12, 60, 14 into 25, 336, 10 into 20, 200. Total of xy is 1980. I am speaking each and every digit. I am assuming that everyone who is watching this video is having a pen, is having a book, is having a calculator, and he or she is writing everything with me. That is my assumption. Okay, linearity assumption we will learn later on, but this is my assumption that you are writing everything. Okay, so I hope you have completed column of xy. Now let's make a column of x square. So how we'll find the x square? You can see the x is 12, so x square is 144. X is 8, so square of 8 is 64, 16 square is 256, 20 square is 400, 5 square 25, 14 square 196, 10 square 100. Same way we will do in y. 22 square 484, 15 square 25 square, 30 square 12 square, 25 square and 20 square. So you can see the total of x is 85, total of y is 148, total of xy is 1980, total of x square is 1185, total of y square is 335. 4. Now I have to write the formula of r square. See, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. The formula of r is, you can see in the bracket, n sigma xy minus sigma x sigma y upon root n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square, root n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. And you are finding r square, so there is a whole square around the formula. If you think that, sir, this is complicated, then do one thing: don't write the formula of r square, write the formula of only r. Okay, I am telling you the other way. We are solving with this sum on the screen, but if you think that this is complicated, and if you think that this is to be learned difficult, then what you should do, you should find r with the respective formula. Find the r till the end. Okay, don't just change the formula, find r till the end, then make the square, then make the square. Okay, we are following the formula. We have written whole formula and whole square on that formula. So again, as I told you, I assume you are writing n is 7, sigma xy is 1980, sigma x is 85, sigma y is 148. Root n is 7, sigma x square is 1185 minus sigma x whole square, so 85 square, and then n sigma y square, it's 7 into 3354 minus sigma y whole square, 148 square, so 7 into 1980 is 13860 minus 85 into 148 12580 upon root. So if you solve, it's 18295 minus 7225 23478 minus 21904. Okay, let's see up to here. We are here on this topic. If you subtract 13860 minus 12580, you will get 1280. Upon this, everything is as it is in the previous step: 8295 minus 7225 23478 minus 21904 root. So you can see there is a square here. If there is a square here, it will apply to both numerator also and denominator also. So if I apply the square in numerator, it becomes 1280 square, and if I apply to the denominator, then this root get cancelled. Okay, so you can see the formula. It becomes like this: 180 is a square, 8295 minus 7225 into 23478 minus 21904. Root is replaced because root's square is 0. Okay. So now next step. So now I have done 1280 square, so it's 1638400. Then 1070 into 1574. Okay, it is not minus, this is multiplication, obviously. So you have to divide these both and you will get r square. Now you were having question that you have to check the validity, and I told you that validity means if it is near to 0, then it is not valid. If it is near to 1, then it is valid. Okay, if it is near to 0, then not valid. If it is near to 1, it is valid. Okay, if it is near to 0, not valid. If it is near to 1, it is valid. Okay, so our answer is 0.97. You can see that our answer is very near to 1. Our answer is very near to 1. So we can say that linearity assumption of regression between the years of experience and monthly salary is valid. It is valid. Okay. Today we are starting illustration 14, but we will not finish it. Okay, we are starting it. Yes. This illustration 14 is very important. So why it is important? Because it will revise almost all the topics of this chapter which we have done till now. Okay, it will make you revise everything what you have learned till now. Okay, so let's start. Illustration 14. In order to study the relationship between the density of population and number of persons suffering from skin diseases, the following information is obtained for 6 cities regarding the density and persons suffering from skin disease. Density 12,000, 14,500, 19,000, 17,500, 13,500, 16,000. Number of patients 80, 60, 90, 80, 40, 30. Obtain the regression line y on x. Estimate the number of patients suffering from skin disease if the density of population is 14,000. So what you have to find? You have to find the regression line y on x. So basically first we will find the regression line y on x, then we will move further. Okay, let's have a look on x. Your x is 12,000, 14,500. I am just reading the question. 19,000, 17,500, 13,500, 16,000. So if your x is these much lengthy, then how can you solve this? So we will prepare a UV formula. How you will find this u? So your u is x minus, we have taken the assumed means it is 15,000 in this sum, so it is x minus 15,000. You can take any figure. If you suppose subtract 12,000 minus 15,000, the answer is 3,000, and 3,000 is yet a big figure, so you will divide every digit by 500. You got my point? You have to see the figures and judge that how will you reduce the digits. So let's find when x is 12,000. Okay, let's find here with this formula u. So you can see here 12,000 minus 15,000 upon 500. So 12,000 minus 15,000 is basically 3,000 negative upon 500. So if you divide upon 500, minus 3,000 upon 500 is minus 6. Okay, so this way you have to find it. Let's take another, this one, 14,500. 14,500 minus 15,000 upon 500. So it's basically minus 500 upon 500, it's minus 1. Okay, 19,000 minus 15,000, 4,000 upon 500, 8. 17,500 minus 15,000, 2,500 upon 500, 5. 13,500 minus 15,000, that is negative 1,500 upon 500, negative 3. 16,000 minus 15,000, 1,000 upon 500, that is 2. Then v. Okay, v is equal to y minus 60 upon 2. So let's take first example 80. 80 minus 60 upon 10, it's 20 upon 10, it's 2. Okay, so 80 minus 60, 60 upon 80 minus 60, 20, 20 upon 10, 2. Then let's take this 60 minus 60 is 0, so answer is 0. Then let's take 90 minus 60 is 30 upon 10 is 3. 80 minus 60 is 20 upon 10 2. Minus 20 upon 10 minus 2. 30 minus 60 minus 30 upon 10 minus 3. So now you know how to find. We will find UV. So UV is basically multiplication of these two, and you have to consider sign very seriously. Minus 6 into 2 is minus 12, minus 1 into 0 is 0, 8 3s are 24. So as you will solve this, your total of UV is 22. Then U square. How you will find U square? Square of U minus 6 square 36. And remember one thing, the square is always positive. Square is always positive, because if a digit is negative, square means digit is it's multiplied 2 times, same digit. So if digit is negative, then negative digit is multiplied with the same negative, so it will become positive. Then square of minus 1 is 1, square of 8 is 64, square of 5 is 25, and so on. This way the total of U square is 139. We will find V square also. V square is actually not needed in a regression line, but there is another question with this, so we have found V square. V square we can find it later also. So now you can see the formula, it's Cy upon Cx. Okay, why sir, since this Cy upon Cx formula is added? I told you that if you divide, okay, if you divide any digit while forming U and V, then you should consider the formula. I have divided 500 while forming U, then this 500 should be called as Cx. This 500 should be called as Cx. I have divided 10 while forming V, then this 10 should be termed as Cy. This 10 should be termed as Cy. Okay. So I told you that Cy is 10 and Cx is 100. It's not 100. There is a typing error. It's 500. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now solve. 22 into 6, 132. See here. 5 2s are 10. 6 into 139, 834. Square of 5 is 25. So 0 0 cut. It's 1 by 50. Okay. See here. Now 132 minus 10 is 122. 122 upon 809 into 1 by 40. So 120 into 1 is 122, and 809 into 50 is 405. So you will get B as 0.03. Now if your B is 0.03, let's find A. Yes, A is y bar minus bx bar. You know how to find y bar? It's sigma y upon n. So you should find sigma y upon n, y bar. So y bar is 63.33 minus B. You have found B in the previous step itself. So 0.003 into 15416.67. So if you multiply B into x bar, it's 46.25, and A is 17.08. So your y cap is 17.08. So we have found regression in y on x. There are few more questions, like you have to put x equal to 15,000, that we will again repeat in the next lecture. This illustration 14 is half done, half left. We will be doing it. Okay, whatever you have listened in this lecture, you have to write it compulsory, and in previous lecture also you have to write it. Is available in YouTube, so you can pause and write it easily if you are not able to write with me speaking. Okay, but you have to write. So that's it for today. Thank you. Happy reading.